Hello, my loves, and welcome to Create Your Life. My name is Simone Leah, and I am your host. And I am so excited to be here with you guys today because today I have the absolute pleasure of bringing you guys the phenomenal topic of how activating your psychic abilities and listening to your intuition can literally give you the life and business you truly love. So I'm so excited about this today, guys, because my biggest wish is that everybody on the planet knew that they could create a life they love. I truly wish for you and desire for you that you create that life that you desire, whether that be staying home as a stay-at-home mom or dad and spending time with your beautiful family, whether that be as someone who is creative and wants to follow their passions, whether that be as someone who wants to excel in the corporate world, or whether that is someone who wants to be a digital nomad and have that lifestyle freedom. Whatever it is for you, I really desire that you create the life you love. So I am so excited. So let's jump right in. Why is this important? There are two parts here. Obviously, there's activating your psychic abilities and listening to your intuition. And you can have one without the other. Well, you can kind of have intuition, but not really psychic abilities. But you can't really have psychic abilities without intuition. So you're probably going to start with having your intuition, which is amazing and phenomenal. And I really hope you guys listen to your intuition. But if you can turbocharge that by activating your psychic abilities and allowing those psychic abilities to help you to create the life you love in life and business, that's what's going to transform and change everything. So you guys have heard me talk about intuition in business before and how you can use your intuition to guide you in knowing the right ways forward. You can listen to whether a decision is a yes or a no. You can listen to whether you're following the right path or whether you should work with this person or do that marketing or have that client or whether you're going to make that sale. You can listen to your intuition and get all that information. But when you can activate your psychic abilities, you can literally turbocharge the whole thing. I'm talking quantum jumps. I'm talking spirit guide help. I'm talking money activations, the whole nine yards, guys. If you can tap into your psychic abilities and start to use that in a soul mission, serving humanity kind of way, you are going to get phenomenal results in your life and your business, in everything that you do. So how do we do this? So let's talk about what your psychic abilities are first. So you've got seeing, which is where you can see things in your mind, or for some people, it's going to show up kind of out here in front of you, kind of like on a movie screen, or for other people, it's actually going to be in your mind. And with seeing, it's going to be like a movie, or you might get images, or it might be little flashes of something, and you're going to be able to interpret that. So for me, it plays like a movie screen. I can literally see it all so clearly. But for you, it might just be an image of a tree, or it might be an image of a shoe, and it can tend to start off one way and then it can expand and it can grow. So I'm going to give you guys some exercises in the next video to help you to practice your clairs. So sight is really fun because it means you get to see things, you get to see energy, you get to see images, you get to see spirits, you get to see the future, as opposed to just hearing it or feeling it or knowing it, which is some of the others. So it's awesome. I love having the sight vision. Now with hearing, that one is also super fun, but also it's kind of like having someone in your head the whole time, but it's great. And when you first activate this, it might just be one or two word answers. So you might activate your clairaudience and it might actually just be like you ask a question and you hear yes or no. And the more you practice it, the more it's going to turn into a dialogue. And you can actually dial all of these abilities up or down. I know that there was a time when my knowing and my seeing was so clear that I wasn't really paying attention to my clairaudience. And so I actually dialed up my clairaudience and dialed down the other two just for a bit of practice. And so as you go through this journey, you may find that some come online more than others. or that you need to practice some a bit more or listen into others a bit more. So it's a super fun journey. So with clairaudience, it's just going to sound like you're going to get the answer in words. You're going to hear the answer. You might also hear songs or messages or whatever comes through, but you're going to hear it. So that is clairaudience, a super fun one, and I love that. There's also clairknowing, or the clair of knowing, where you just know things. So you know how sometimes you might be walking along and you're like, oh, I know I shouldn't go that way. You just know it. You don't know why you know it, you just know. Or you might know something about someone, but you have no reason why you should have known that about them. That is clear knowing. So that is also a really fun one, but that kind of comes from nowhere. So I think that's the one that most people put down to they don't actually even know they've got it, is because they don't necessarily, they're just like, oh, I just know, I know things, but it's not a big deal. It's not a Claire or anything like that. It's just that I know things. But that one actually is super powerful because that one really does connect in with your intuition and your knowing. And then there's also the feeling sense. And that one is really interesting because if you're someone who's got that, it means if you're in a room and someone's got a headache, you might actually feel that headache. It means if you walk into a room and someone's got a stomach ache or a sore shoulder, you might feel that. If someone's got a lot of trauma or sadness or grief, you might feel that. So that one's probably the most closest to when you're an empath. That's the one that's going to be really online for you if you're an empath. So if you have that one, you probably got the rest as well, but you haven't really activated them yet. So that's also a really fun one. Now, there's also taste and smell. Taste, I get sometimes that's super fun, and you're just like, why am I thinking of this food? Like, why do I taste this food in my mouth? I'm not even eating. What is this? So that's super fun. And smell is also a fun one. And I love smell because it's so interesting. It's just such an interesting, like, psychic ability to just get these random smells sometimes. So I love that. So, how can these actually help you? That is what the whole episode is about. And as mentioned, I will do another episode, the next episode, on some exercises that you can do to increase your psychic abilities, because I think that it's just such a cool skill to have and so important for creating a life you love. So let's dive into some of the cool stuff you can do when you bring this stuff online. Everything is energy. So if you can develop your psychic abilities, you're developing a stronger link and connection between you and the energy of everything. We are all one. Everything is one. We are all universal source energy, all connected. Now, if you can tap into that frequency, into that energy, you can connect with it and bring about what you desire in a whole new way. Now, the reason why I love this for entrepreneurs and people who are looking to create a life you love is because it's kind of like goal setting, but on a whole nother level. So goal setting is quite a 3D activity. With goal setting, you set your goal and then you make some action steps and then you do it. Okay. Now imagine if you could do that on the energy level, on the quantum field level. If you could actually look at the energy around the goal and you could actually see the blockages that are stopping you from achieving that goal. Or you could see whether that goal is not in your highest alignment right now in the way that you want it to be. So, for example, you might have a goal to get to a certain X thing, but it might not be in your highest alignment to get there the way that you want to get there. The universe might have a better plan in store for you. And so by being tapped in and connected, you can see and activate the things that are going to help you to get to where you want to go easier, faster. It's going to help you and it's going to allow you to have those quantum jumps and those quantum shifts. So we've talked about how goal setting is very 3D. How can this look with psychic abilities? So as mentioned, you have a goal. In the 3D, it's all push, 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 push. You're doing the action, you're doing the thing. On a quantum level, if you can activate that goal, you can sit there and you can see that goal. And you can see the path that you're supposed to take to get there. That's one way that using your psychic abilities can help you. You can hear the path that's going to get you there. You can ask about the path that you need to take and the things that you need to do to get where you want to go. And you can hear the actual answers to the questions. You just have to trust yourself enough to work and take action on those answers. You can also find the timeline that is your highest timeline. The universe is like grids. I don't know if you guys have all heard of the Akashic Records, but it's like a beautiful library in the energy space of the universe where you can go and you can see all of your past lives, all of the different lives, all of the different timelines. And the quantum grid is exactly the same. The quantum field has like a library of infinite possibility, and you can go and find the book or the energy frequency for what it is that you want to go to, and you can draw that in and bring that into your now. And that's how we do the quantum jumps, is because we, instead of taking the action as though we haven't got it, we can actually find the timeline where we have that, and we can literally download that frequency, that vibration, that essence into our being now, so that we are fully embodying that timeline and knowing exactly who we are in that timeline and exactly the actions that we're taking. And this can turbocharge everything. And this is amazing. Love this. Another way that having your psychic abilities can really affect the way that you live your life and create the life of your dreams is by allowing you to add more energy or grid up the things that you desire. So everybody knows that where intention and energy goes, results will follow. So if your intention when you go to the gym is just to turn up and go to the gym, and you put in about 2% effort, but you want results because you actually went to the gym, we all know that you're probably not going to get the results that you desire. But if your intention is to actually lose weight, and the time that you spend in the gym, or get fit or stronger or train for an event, whatever it is that you're going to the gym for, if your intention is to go in there and put all of your energy into that for that time frame, might be 45 minutes or an hour, your whole entire being, all of your energy is going towards that goal for that 45 minutes or an hour or however long that session is, okay? So you're going to see much faster results because all of your effort, all of your intention, all of your being, all of your energy is on that goal. Now, on the quantum level, if you are setting this goal and you allow the energy of the universe to work with you on this goal and supercharge your intentions, it's going to help to magnetize the thing that you desire so much faster because of all of the intention and energy behind what it is that you're trying to magnetize and create. So it's almost like you kind of having this goal or intention and putting it there and just hoping for the best, or you having this goal or intention and putting it there and then surrounding it with so much life force energy and so much love that that tiny little goal here is now this massive big ball of energy just vibrating and putting out its own frequency to the universe. So it's going to help attract in what it is you desire so much faster. And this is why I love working in the energy field, because we can turbocharge those results. You can literally picture your goal and you can see what the blockages are standing in the way. You know, you can put your goal on a little timeline in front of you. You know, you're starting here and your goal is here. And you can literally say, show me the blocks to that goal. And you might see 4 walls that you need to knock down, and then you're going to reach your goal. And you can go through that energy clearing process and clear the energy to those blockages. Like, it's phenomenal, the stuff you can do when you activate your psychic abilities. When you're communicating and you're connected to the universe, you're allowing yourself to receive. You're allowing yourself to receive downloads. You're allowing yourself to receive help. You're allowing yourself to receive guidance. But the universe needs to know what it is you want. So I heard this great interview a few years ago about this man, and he would wake up in the morning and do his morning routine and all of these sort of things. But then he would write a list of all of the things he wanted. And he would write a list of about 100 things every single day. And he would just trust that because he'd set his intention on that list, that it was going to happen. And he would achieve about 30% of that list. Now, by writing that list, he noticed that the universe achieved another 30. So he achieved 60% of what it is he wanted to do in a day. Now, if he tried to do all that, he wouldn't have been able to do it. But because he'd set the intention for those things to happen and he just let it go and just trusted that he would receive and that the universe was putting energy towards what he wanted because he'd set the intention for what he wanted, he would have that flow in. And it might be as simple as organize a meeting with someone in regards to setting up a function or something like that. And that might have been what was on the list. And the universe that day would have him run into an event planner or something like that. Something so simple that, if he'd had to do it, he would have had to sit there on Google and type in event planners and start calling people. But instead, he allowed the universe to bring that in and do that for him and align that for him. And that's the power of really connecting in. By really connecting in to your psychic abilities and listening to your intuition, you're going to get guided along the way. You're going to be able to put more energy, more frequency, more intention towards what you want. And you're going to be able to collapse the amount of time it takes for you to get there because you're working on an energetic level. So it is super, super exciting and super fun to be able to do this because when you do activate those psychic abilities, you are really allowing yourself to connect in with the energy of the universe, with your spirit guides, with your spirit team, with your intuition, with your knowing. It's allowing you to really have that universal support for what it is that you desire and what it is you want to create. And it's fun. It is fun, guys. It's so fun. Like, you can literally play games with your spirit guides. You can ask the universe for things and then see it. Like, you can say, universe, I'd like to see a blue butterfly in 24 hours. You can just play with things. Universe, I'd really love it if someone bought me a bunch of flowers or if I got given a bunch of flowers in the next 7 days. Play with it, guys. Set intentions and see what happens. And it's about the unfolding. It's about the journey. You might set 100 intentions and 60 of them might come true. But if you hadn't have set those intentions, you might have got 5. So play with it, guys. Enjoy it. Create the life that you love by fully embodying who you are, which is a psychic being. You are a connected being. You are always connected to the universe. You are always connected to your soul's mission, your soul's truth. You've just got to allow yourself the opportunity to listen and receive and connect and take it in. Because you're worth that. You're worth creating a life you love. You're worth living the life of your dreams. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this episode today, guys. I hope that you get to play with this. I hope that you get to play with your psychic abilities and listening to your intuition and talking to your spirit guides because, guys, it's such a fun journey and they will help you. The universe wants to help you. It will help you get where you want to go. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Please feel free to send it to any of your friends who might be interested in watching it. Or also, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know what you thought of it. Let me know if you've got any psychic abilities activated. I would love to hear from you and connect with you. And I'm so looking forward to connecting with you guys again soon.